Now, in my previous video, I talked about the need to know when you're improving. You need to be able to measure that you've actually doing better than before, that you can actually see the gains. And you also have to have a methodology that allows you to do that. Now, there's some equipment you can take out onto the snow and into your practice session that's going to make that life easier for you. The first thing is a tape measure. Now, I'm cautious about getting these things wet. This one's a metal one. You might want to get a plastic one for this job. But this is a 100-foot tape measure. And what it enables me to do is have an accurate distance measurement. So when I say I'm going to be casting 75 feet, I'm actually casting 75 feet and not 60 feet, an optimistic 75 feet that's really 60. So I usually use a tape measure. And something else I've done, you can do this in the house, is I've measured my stride and then I pace off what I need to do. And that will also tell me what the accuracy is. And I've actually tried that, and I get within about a couple of feet when, after measuring my stride and then striding off the distance, then comparing it to the tape measure, I'm usually within 2 or 3 feet, which is fine. When you're, and especially, I'm talking about long distances, 75, 85, 100 feet. I know what those distances are within a few feet by pacing it off. But you have to have something that says that's 75 feet, not 55, 60, and it looks good. To help me with that, I've got two orange things here. This is kind of like a little dome thing. I don't know what you call it, a little bowl. And this is like a traffic cone, only a lot cheaper and a lot lighter. You can get these in sporting goods stores or the sporting goods departments of department stores. They're often used in for sports drills. Like I got this, I think, in the hockey section of one store because they use these cones in a lot of hockey drills. So they're very light, very cheap. You get a few, and you can use these as markers. This is a good marker for distance, so you can set these out whatever distance you want, and you always put one beside yourself so you know where the starting point is. These you can use for the same job, but when you turn them this way, they become good accuracy. You can put your yarn in there and it'll generally stay put. I mean, you can use it this way too if you want, but here you have a better chance of the yarn staying inside, so you'll know that you've actually dropped the yarn or the fly into the target. So you can use these as targets, or they can work as markers as well. And if you want, you can buy just these and use them as both jobs. But the whole idea is you've got some way that says, okay, here's my target, here's my standing point, this is what I'm going to aim at, it's so far away, and go from there. And just makes things a little easier. So, you'll see in some of my videos, you'll see me using this stuff a lot. So I know what I'm dealing with, and I know the actual distances. And I've gone out with my measuring tape and measured it all ahead of time. And of course, once you've done it a few times, you start to get to know, and you can leave the measuring tape at home. You know what you're dealing with, and you know your distances. So, a few little aids like this, and they'll just make the job all that much easier. And you'll be more accurate. You'll actually, when you start hitting this thing regularly, you know you're doing a lot better with your accuracy. It really does make a difference. Whereas if you're just aimlessly, picking a spot and shooting at it, who knows? So, as I say, these little aids, they can make a big difference in your sessions. So keep that in mind. Cheers.